You're putting me on the spot, babe, because I don't know. I'm going straight to YouTube University. When you focus on everything, you focus on nothing, and nothing gets done. You have to obsess over one goal at a time. If he wanted to, he would. What about you? Don't you want it? Why aren't you doing it for yourself? If you wanted to, you would. You feel me? If you're watching this video on or around the upload date, then we officially have 6 more months before the end of the year is here, and we are in 2025. We are officially in the second half of the year, so congratulations. Unfortunately, not a lot of people got to make it to the second half of 2024. So for that, we're grateful and we're thankful that you're still here. What a blessing. What a time to be alive. With that being said, I do have a question for you. How's the goal setting going? You know, those goals that you set out to do at the beginning of the year that you said, okay, by the end of the year, I'm gonna da. Where are we at with that, friend? Like I said, it's a blessing and a privilege to be alive. So how are we spending our time alive? How are we spending our time on earth? If you're not in a season of chasing your dreams and going after your goals and your every desire that you've always dreamt of and wished of and all that other stuff, it's okay. There's seasonality in life, but this is just not the video for you, because in this video, we're going to be talking about how to be unrecognizable in the next 6 months, to completely change our lives, go after every single goal, dream, desire that we have for ourselves for this year. Just because we're in the second half of the year does not mean that those goals that we set out to do at the beginning of the year are obsolete. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter when you're watching this video. It doesn't need to be 6 months before the end of the year. It doesn't need to be the beginning of the year. It doesn't need to be your birthday or a specific event. It is never too late, and it's never the wrong time to change your life for the better. It doesn't matter who you are, who your parents are, how you grew up, where you come from, how much money you have in your bank account, what you do for a living, All of those are just factors of who you were in the past and what has brought you to who you are currently in the present. We're not going to use those as excuses or hindrances as to why we're not going to be able to be who we want to be in the future. You feel me? We're right here, right? We're right here for you. And you may be wondering what qualifies me to speak on a topic like this. If you are new here, hi, my name is Lynn. On this channel, we talk about personal finances and personal development because, quite frankly, those are two topics that I'm obsessed with. I love talking about, I could yap all day about, but also they're principles that I apply in my everyday life on a regular basis. And when it comes to the topic of reinventing or changing your life or upgrading your life, this is an area that I know very well because I've reinvented myself time and time again. And each time I reinvent myself, I become a version of myself that I'm more proud of, I'm more confident in, and I become more of a useful resource to the people around me because I'm able to pour into other people a lot better and be more generous without expecting anything back in return, because I've done the inner work, I do the outer work, I do the work. I love to take care of myself. I love to work on myself, baby. Over here, we take care of ourselves. We work on ourselves, we take care of ourselves. We do the inner work, we do the outer work. We get the bag, we spend the bag. Okay? In my 20s, I've had so many phases, and each phase has helped me to catapult into my next phase. I had my broke college and university student era. I had my bottle service, bartender, waitress girl era. I had my corporate girl era. I had my girl boss era. I had my kept woman era. And each era allowed me to catapult into the next phase because of what I was learning. So it doesn't matter what space you're in currently, you are learning habits and developing skills that are going to help you in your next phase of life. You work at McDonald's, you're learning customer service. You're a stay-at-home mom, you're learning multitasking, you're learning domestic work. You work in a factory, you're learning about logistics and chain supply. Like, there are so many skills that you are learning. You're not just a body existing. You are learning things, and now it's time to apply those things. The theory I learned in school, coupled with the skills I learned on a 9-to-5 job in finance and accounting, in conjunction with the interpersonal skills I developed while being a waitress, a bartender, and a bottle service girl, allowed me to be a great girl boss. For a better word, it allowed me to step away from the corporate industry and work for myself and be successful in the areas that I pursued. One of them being full-time content creation, where I talked about personal development and personal finances in 2019 full-time. And those are just some examples. Needless to say, I've reinvented myself often. I'm doing it right now, and I plan to do it some more again and again and again. It allows me, in my opinion, to live a full life. I've experienced so much. I wouldn't take it back for the world, and it just makes me a version of myself that I'm prouder of every single day. I'm more confident in, and it allows me to be a better resource to my communities, the people around me, and it leaves very, very, very little room for regret. So if you are ready to step into the next version of yourself, baby, go ahead and press that like button. It's okay, I'll wait. It's okay, Allie, don't worry, Allie. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead. I'll wait for you. I will wait for you, yeah. Okay, so let's get into it as the sun completely throws off my natural lighting in here. It's okay, we're gonna get through it anyways. Step number one, you're gonna wanna sit with yourself. This is an important, critical, crucial part of reinventing yourself because you need to silence the noise. When was the last time you just sat with yourself? Not doom scrolled on social media, not sat with the TV in the background, not sat while people around you in your house were just loud and talking to you. No, none of that. When was the last time you scheduled time to just be with yourself? Take yourself on a date. This could be inside the house, outside the house. I would prefer inside the house because it's less likely that someone is going to interrupt you. But if you live in a noisy home, then maybe outside the house is a better space for you to do that. Maybe take a blanket, go to a park, lay down right quick, get some snacks right quick, bring a little speaker for some music, some high vibrational music, because this is important. I can't stress enough that when you are deciding where it is that you want to go next, you have to be uninterrupted from the outside influences of what's trending, what's hot, what's not, what you should be, what you could be, blah, 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 blah. This is something that you have to decide for yourself. Just you and God. Get together right quick, just the two of y'all, and figure out some things. Now, while you're by yourself, you're going to want to journal. And I'm going to give you some prompts. Number one, write down where you are currently. That's going to be page number one. Page number two is everything that you want to be in the future. After you have done writing either a page or a paragraph of who you are now, where you are now, and where you want to be, I need you to write down a list of all of your limiting thoughts. Now, this one's going to be difficult because no one really wants to admit all of the foul things they tell themselves about themselves. But I really need you to be honest in this list because you're going to flip those things. You're going to flip all of those negative thoughts. So an example of limiting thoughts that you tell yourself are, I'm not good with money, I hate exercising, or I'm not good with the gym, I'm not desirable, I'm not funny, I'm not outgoing, I'm not confident. I need you to write down all of these limiting thoughts that you tell yourself. Why are we doing that? We need to identify where our brain is stopping us from excelling. Our brain is so powerful. Our mindset is the leading force in almost everything that we do on a regular day basis. I did an entire video on how to shift your mindset, and I'll link it. I think it's gonna be over here or over here, and I'll also link it in the description bar below. I started a series on reinventing yourself, and I'm gonna continue to do it. I wanna do videos on environment and how important it is to shape your reality and things like that, just different components that will help you to reinvent yourself completely and become unrecognizable. But essentially, you want to be able to identify these mindset limits that you've placed on yourself. And once you've identified all these negative things that you tell yourself that's been holding you back, you are going to go line by line on each item, cross it out. Right beside it, you're going to put the mindset belief that you're replacing it with. For example, if you tell yourself, I hate going to the gym, you're going to cross it out and say, I love taking care of my health and fitness. I am so blessed and so privileged to have an able body. Right beside, I am not good with money, you're going to cross it out and say, I make responsible financial decisions. There is an abundance of financial resources out there, and I take advantage of those financial resources. Why are we doing this? Why are we telling ourselves things about ourselves that we didn't believe to be true? You might have heard this quote before. If you believe that you can, you are right. If you believe that you cannot, you are also right. If you're telling yourself that you are bad with money, guess what you're going to be? Bad with money. You are going to continuously make financial decisions that you don't support, that you don't like, you don't enjoy. You're going to continuously do these things even though it doesn't align with who you want to be in the future. But if you tell yourself, actually, I do make responsible decisions. Actually, I do handle my finances better. You're going to start to see yourself manage your finances better. So now we've got our journal prompts out of the way. The second thing I want you to do is to identify 6 areas that you are going to improve on in the next 6 months. Now, this is going to require a little bit of honesty on your part. If you feel like 6 goals for the next 6 months is a little difficult to attain and you're being honest with yourself, it's okay. You don't have to do 6, do 3. But we just did this activity about mindsets and limits that we've placed on ourselves. If you tell yourself that you are a consistent and disciplined individual, then I don't see any reason why 6 goals for the end of the month is not feasible. However, you know how big your goals are and you know which direction you're trying to go with your goals and how long each goal is going to take. I would say aim for 6 And if you only accomplish 3, then it is what it is. But you're going to identify goals that you're going to accomplish for the next 6 months. Some areas may include your health and fitness, your finances, your friendships, faith and religion, your family relationships, and your environment. Those are 6 examples, but of course, these are 6 goals that are personal to you. Your business, travel, a new car, a new home, etc. These are goals that are specific to you. Next up, you're going to want to place these goals in order from hardest to easiest. The reason why I say this is because as the months go on, we're going to start compounding our goals and our habits because it takes 21 days to build a habit. So if you dedicate 1 month to one goal, then you're going to be able to master that goal and move on to the next one. I do not believe in tackling all your goals at the same time because when you focus on everything, you focus on nothing and nothing gets done. You have to obsess over one goal at a time in order to master it and then move on. I'll give you an example of what I did last month. I've been very, very obsessed with my health and fitness as of lately. I've kind of always been pretty analytical about the stuff that I put in my body because I have a condition that makes me a little hyper aware of what I eat and what I put into my body. But lately, I'm like, I just really want to be serious about my health and my fitness, really allow myself to become obsessed and garner the results in my health and fitness that I know I'm capable of achieving. So this last month, I made sure to prioritize being active for at least 6 days out of the week. Every single day, -1, of last month, I would make sure I'm either going to Pilates, going for a swim on my pool, going for a hot girl walk, or going to the gym. Non-negotiable, even on the days that I didn't feel like it. For the first time in a long time, first time that I can even remember, I was at Pilates on my cycle. In the past, I have just not worked out on my cycle, but I decided I was going to do it because it was important to me and this was the goal that I set out to do. I was focused solely on that. I've now gotten to a point where I actually crave the gym. I wake up every morning and I'm like, what am I doing today? My body is craving the movement because it's become a part of my daily habits. So they say 21 days builds a habit, 90 days builds a lifestyle. What am I going to do now that I'm entering a new month? I'm going to take this habit of physical activity every single day and I'm going to couple it with my current goal for this month. And I'm Miss Keep a Secret Till It's Secure. I normally don't speak on my goals until I've accomplished it, but I'm going to share it with you just for the sake of this video, just this one. So in this season of my life, I really want to be better at being domestic in a sense. Like I'm very much in my homemaker phase and I love it here, but I want to get better with my cooking. So I have a little confession, People are always complimenting me on my cooking skills. People that I've cooked for think I'm like a major chef, but I have a small confession to make. I actually only know how to make like 5 to 10 things perfectly. Like I master it, but anything else you ask me to cook, you're really putting me on the spot. You're putting me on the spot, babe, because I don't know. I'm going straight to YouTube University and I'm going to ask the chefs on YouTube, like, how do I do this? How do I make a rigatoni from scratch? I don't know. I know how to make certain things. Like I know how to kill a jollof. I know how to make some lasagna real good. I know how to make some chicken, some steak, some pasta, some salmon and shrimps. I can make a surf and turf real good. Yeah. But if you ask me to do some other stuff, are you taking a piss? You're taking a piss, babe. So this month, I really want to cook more at home. So what I'm going to do now is couple the new habit of working out all the time. I'm still going to be going to the gym and going to Pilates and going for a swim and going for my hot girl walks every single day. But I'm also going to couple that with cooking more at home. So that is why I recommended that you put the easiest goals at the end and the hardest goals at the beginning because it's going to take time to foster results for the harder goals. So in my example that I just shared, I'm going to have 6 more months of the year to work on my health and fitness, whereas maybe my goal for December is something that I can accomplish very quickly, like buying a new car. That isn't my goal for December, but I'm saying just as an example of something that I can do immediately. Or if I wanted to maybe change my wardrobe, it's something that is quicker or easier to do, and it doesn't require 6 whole months of practice and habit building in order to attain, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Drop a like, drop a comment down below if that makes sense. If you're still with me, because this video is a little bit long, let me know you're still with me, girl. Let me know you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like, yeah, thanks. All right, so moving along. Now that we have identified these 6 goals that we're going to attain for the next 6 months. We have to get specific with it. We have to create SMART goals. We have to make sure these goals are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable or achievable, they're relevant, and that they're timely. I'm going to use my health and fitness goal as an example. The specific goal was to get better with my health and fitness within the next month by losing 5 pounds. So that was the measurable part. I can measure whether or not I'm losing 5 pounds because I'm getting on the scale. I'm checking in. I'm also measuring the width around my waistline. And yes, the waistline is snatching, baby. It's snatching. Okay. So the waistline has decreased in size and we've lost the 5 pounds. So the goal was about 1.25 pounds or 1.5 pounds a week was the goal. So it's measurable. It's also attainable because I said I'm going to do it by the end of the month, and that is realistic. It's relevant because my overall goal is to be better with my health and fitness, which in turn is going to transfer into my physical appearance, but also my mental endurance as well, because I'm going to transfer this new confidence in my discipline and consistency into other areas of my life. So it's relevant to overall who I want to be in the future. And then, is it timely? Yes, it's timely. I'm able to do it within a month. That M in the SMART, baby, is very important because what doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. That goes for everything in life, especially your finances, but with your goals, you want to make sure that you're measuring it to know if you're even successful or not. How am I going to know that I'm getting better in the gym and my health and fitness is improving if I don't know my starting weight, I don't know my end weight? I don't know how long I've been in the gym. I don't know how many calories I'm burning. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm not measuring. I'm not keeping track of how much weights I'm able to lift and how long I'm able to go on the treadmill. These things need to be tracked. Now that we've identified the goals, we've set out SMART goals, we're going to now schedule the goals. Why? Because goals without dates are just dreams. They're not plans, they're not goals, they're just dreams. So in order to make our dreams reality, we need to schedule it out and follow it through with actions. And so you need to create an action plan for yourself. Along with making your goals specific, you now need to action plan them. We're going to take our goal, we're going to specify it, and then we're going to create an action plan, schedule it out. Like I said, we're going to put the more difficult goals in the beginning and the less difficult goals at the end. We can use my cooking goal as an example. How I'm going to make those goals SMART is I want to add 5 new recipes to my repertoire that I'm very comfortable and confident making on the spot at a drop of a dime. That's not using YouTube, not using a recipe book, not calling my mama up to say, do I put the oil in now or after, etc. This is 5 recipes that I know how to make using my noggin. That's the specific goal. It's measurable because it takes about the 3rd time of me making something new for me to be very comfortable and confident in my ability to make it from scratch or make it without any help or guidance or recipes or YouTube or anything like that. So for the month of July, if I want to make 5 meals that I know is going to take 3 times each for me to master it, I'm going to be cooking for 15 days out of the month. Now, what I'm going to do is schedule out the month of July. We have 31 days in July. So that means every other day in the month of July, I am cooking at home. And I'm going to schedule out what I'm making on each day so that by the end of July, I'm comfortable and confident in making 5 new meals. Just like that. It's SMART, it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant to my overall goals, and it's timely. SMART goals. I've scheduled it out because I know that there's 31 days in July and every other day I am cooking. That's 15 nights of cooking, leaving me with the opportunity to cook 5 meals 3 times, thus mastering 5 new meals. Perhaps your goal is finance related. We're going to make it specific. Perhaps you want to add an extra $4,000 a month to your income by the end of the month. So that's the specific part. It's measurable because we can measure how much you're making every week and how much more you're making by the end of the month. It's attainable, it's relevant to your overall goals, and it's timely. So now that you've made your goals SMART, you're going to create an action plan for yourself for the next month. What are you going to do in order to take you from where you are currently to where you want to be with that finance goal? Maybe week 1 is about developing the skills or setting things up. Maybe you need to set up a new website. Maybe you need to reach out to certain people who would be able to be your ideal client. Maybe you need to take an online course or join a mastermind. Maybe you need to do the foundational skills in week 1. In week 2, you are implementing things. You are putting things out there. Maybe week 2 is all about pitching and offering your services. Maybe week 3 is about closing these deals, and week 4 is about delivering these services. This part can get really fun because you get to identify how you're going to go about scheduling your days and your weeks in order to get to your goals and making it happen. While you're scheduling, I want you to pay attention to how you spend your time currently. There are 24 hours in a day. Immediately, right off the rip, we're taking 8 hours of that out because we get our full night's rest around here. We are not sleep deprived, and we are not saying things like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Baby, we get our full beauty rest around here, okay? So that leaves us with 16 more hours of the day. Maybe you work a 9 to 5 currently. We're going to take 8 hours out for that 9 to 5, and then another 2 hours for the commute, which we're also going to tie in with our personal time. You know, you're going to make your commute your personal time because we're getting really serious about our goals here. You don't need hours and hours and hours of personal time every single day. So be honest, if you need hours and hours and hours of personal time a day, it's probably because you're just scrolling on social media. Anyways, I'm just being honest. How about, I have an idea. How about you find ways through your 9 to 5 and through your commute to schedule in that doom scrolling and that mindless behavior. Maybe on your lunch break, you scroll a little bit. Maybe on your commute, you listen to your favorite gossip podcast or whatever. Do your thing, do your thing. But that leaves 6 hours every single day to attain these goals that you have for yourself. So don't give yourself the excuses, baby. I know everybody has excuses. Oh, I got kids. I got work. Life is hard. The commute is difficult. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Hello. Baby, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it that you don't got no time. Because you got the time. You make time for the things that you want to make time for. Everybody's screaming. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. What about you? Don't you want it? Why aren't you doing it for yourself? If you wanted to, you would. You feel me? And I'm not even trying to read you, friend, because I've been there, done that as well. But the truth is, if you want something, you have to obsess over it. You have to choose yourself. You have to choose that every single hour that you have to yourself is going to be dedicated to these goals so that you can reap the benefits of your future self. All it takes is 6 months to catapult you 5 years ahead. I know because I've done it before and I'm doing it again. Till this day, I am reaping the benefits for things that I accomplished years ago because I got so tunnel vision and I was so disciplined with my work ethic and my focus. And you can do it too. I promise you, friend. I really, really, really want to know where you're going to be in 6 months after watching this video. So please like this video, save it to a playlist, whatever you got to do. But 6 months from now, after you are watching this video, I want you to come back and show me where you're at. Comment down below where you're at because I just know, I'm confident. I don't even have a single doubt in my body that you're going to be able to get anything that you want because you already have everything you need in order to get anything you want. It's just about how you implement your time and your resources in order to get it. And baby, if you're watching this video, you already have Wi-Fi. What a time to be alive. You have access to any resource on the internet, any abundance of information that you want access to. You've got it, friend. And I just know that the rest of your life is about to be the best of your life if you just apply yourself, if you are intentional about how you handle yourself. Don't play about yourself, friend. Don't play about yourself. Let's get to the bag. Let's get to the money. Let's get to the bag. Let's get to the money, honey. This is my auntie dance. Anyways, friend, I love you so much. Those were the tips that I had in order to completely change your life. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some videos on each component of changing your life, whether it be environment, finances, physical appearance, health, all that good stuff. Baby, we're going to be talking about it on this channel. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend, so that you guys can do it together. And like I said, it doesn't need to be the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, the end of the year, your birthday, or any special occasion for you to decide that you want to change your life for the better. You are so worth it. You are so blessed. You are so loved. You are so respected. You are so needed. Hence why you're still here. And it's time to make an impact with this beautiful, beautiful life that you've been blessed with and gifted with. And I'm so excited to see what you create in this beautiful life. I love you so much. I love you to the moon and back. Be true to you. Mwah. Bye.